Got a lot to cover today. It's been a busy day, January 3rd. Just 2 days after the new year, multiple bomb threats have hit multiple U.S. state houses, Capitol buildings, government buildings. I've got a lot that I want to bring to you. You got multiple state capitals evacuated due to mass emailed bomb threats. I don't believe I'm even reporting this to you guys right now, but I'm seeing this on a handful of locations, a handful of sources, which I will be sharing with you guys after the live. But this is wild. So multiple state capitals have received these bomb threats and evacuation alerts across the United States, multiple states, in fact. Uh, just to give you a quick list here of some of the states, you got Connecticut, Georgia, Hawaii, Kentucky, Michigan, Mississippi, and this is just a brief list. In fact, state capitol buildings in at least 6 states. So when I listed these states here, these are just some of the state capitol buildings. Kentucky State Police were ordered to they ordered the evacuation of the state capitol building, and is investigating a threat received by the Kentucky Secretary of State office. Quote: This is direct quote from them. We are aware of similar threats made to other offices across the country. Guys, this is a nationwide threat. We are currently just a huge target, which, and I was going to say, I was actually going to name a country, but we don't even know what country we're under attack from at this point, or at least under threat from. But the threat was severe enough to evacuate multiple state buildings. We're talking about congressmen and women. This is no small deal here. And the thing is there's not a whole lot of coverage on this, which is odd, and it makes you wonder why. If you guys have if you have any idea as to why there's not much coverage on this, definitely hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys are seeing. Let me know what you guys are thinking, because it's not real clear to me why they would want to keep this under wraps. Not real clear to me on that one. But let me know what you guys are thinking about that one. And if you have any suspicion in terms of what country may have done this, I'm going through the comments right now. I just want to see what you guys are saying. States, multiple states were forced to evacuate their state institutions today, Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024, after receiving bomb threats. Now, this is paired with a recent spate of swatting calls targeting lawmakers. The incident suggests this could very well be a very unpredictable year for lawmakers and of other officials across the country. Now, is this the start of election interference? I mean, this is an election year as well. 2024 is set to be a busy one. In fact, we've seen all sorts of black swan events during the last election. I know you guys have an amazing memory. Isn't it amazing how all of this random stuff ends up occurring leading up to election years? I'm just saying. Remember 2019 as it led into 2020, okay? And there was a lot of stuff that happened beyond the pandemic. But look at the pandemic. It shut the entire country down. So this email was initially received by the Deputy Secretary of the state of Kentucky, who ultimately ended up forwarding it to the Kentucky State Police, who evacuated the Capitol out of an abundance of caution. If you guys are able to see and hear me okay, please let me know in the comment section down below. I want to make sure I'm good here. DeSandra says, thanks for bringing us the news. Appreciate you, Ron. Karen Perkins says, hi, Ron. Wake Dog says, you reap what you sow. Well, unfortunately, what we're sowing isn't anything that anyone wants. Now, opening of the Georgia State Capitol was delayed today, Wednesday, as a result of a bomb threat. Secretary of State Chief Operating Officer Gabriel Sterling confirmed on X in a subsequent update. Sterling posted that the building had received an all clear. Guys, I mean, some people say it's biblical. Some people say you reap what you sow. Some people say it's because of this presidential election here in 2024. But at the end of the day, we're in for a wild ride. Look at what just happened over in Japan. There was an earthquake that took place just 2 days ago. 7.6 magnitude earthquake, which took place in Japan. Tsunami warnings were issued. Then we had an earthquake in California 2 days ago. We had multiple threats on New York City during the New Year's Eve celebration, leading up to the New Year's Eve celebration. Thankfully, nothing happened. Thankfully. Then we have an earthquake in the state of New York. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but there was an earthquake that literally took place in the state of New York. It was an earthquake that rattled Queens, may have caused Roosevelt Island explosions. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but I do want to talk to you guys about the explosions that took place. So there's a lot of things going on. So real quick, the 1.7 magnitude earthquake shook up a lot of the residents over in Roosevelt Island in Queens. Officials say that a 1.7 magnitude earthquake is believed to have jolted residents awake in Roosevelt Island and Queens and caused a series of small explosions. Sorry about that, guys. That knocked out power. There was literally a power outage that took place as a result of the explosions, which were a result of the earthquakes that took place in New York. So it was only a 1.7 magnitude earthquake, but it was enough to cause some damage. So just a quick shout out to my folks in the comments. I see Katalia out there. I see Erect Cripple. Interesting name there. What's going on? I see Lord Footage. We've got Shan Cisco, Papa York. I see you. And yeah, we got a lot of people in the comments. By the way, we got over 200 people here in the live. If you guys could do me a huge one and just go ahead and hit the like button for the video. Totally appreciate that. I totally appreciate the support, you guys. So yeah, breaking news. And some of this news that I'm sharing with you guys has literally come out like just minutes ago. Okay. So the United States Geological Survey reported the earthquake near Astoria, Queens, that took place, thankfully resulted in no injuries. Residents were jolted awake by a loud noise that they felt their building shaking. When's the last time you heard of earthquakes happening in New York? That's not something you hear often. Now, I remember living in New York for years, and maybe there was an earthquake that I can remember. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I remember there was an earthquake that took place in the 80s that I actually felt. And that was it was cool because it was something that we were learning about in school. But at the same time, it was kind of scary because I was picturing like the earth opening up and like our house falling into it. So thankfully, nothing like that happened. But you know, it wasn't like one of those. I don't know if you guys saw that Dwayne The Rock Johnson movie. What was it? I think it was like not The Day After Tomorrow. Jesus, if you guys remember the name of the movie where basically The Rock is in this movie and there's this massive earthquake taking place in California along the San Andreas Fault. Anyway, I was, as a kid, you know, you have this wild imagination and I was picturing that happen. But thankfully that did not happen. But yeah, so these earthquakes in New York evidently initiated some explosions that took place. So I'm pretty sure that's going to drive up the property taxes, or not the property taxes. I'm pretty sure that's going to initiate some homeowners insurance claims for homeowners who happen to live in the state of New York. As if we need any more unexpected expenses hitting us from a cost of living perspective, right? And speaking of that, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description down below this video. It literally only takes about 10 seconds. So get your free home warranty quote. But again, imagine your home gets shaken up. Is your homeowner's insurance even going to cover that? I mean, because if you're in the state of New York, I'm pretty sure that's not considered to be a high insurance risk for earthquakes. So I would wonder, if you happen to live in New York and you own a home, let me know if earthquakes are covered in your insurance policy in the event that your home was damaged in any way by an earthquake. Hit me up, guys. Let me know what's up on that one. But yeah, wild stuff is happening here in 2023, guys. I can't believe I'm reporting that a freaking explosion has taken place in New York City as a result of a freaking earthquake. I can't make this stuff up. I just can't make this stuff up. But yeah, multiple state capitals around the U.S. were evacuated today. There's been no evidence of dangerous items that have been located. Thankfully, Michigan State Police tweeted that a bomb threat was made involving the Capitol building earlier in the morning via an email. So these threats, these alerts are coming in from email. So we got cyber attacks to worry about. We have, and I don't know if it's just me, but it just seems like these problems are compounding and they're coming at a more rapid pace. Some people say it's the end times. Some people say it's the end of days. Some people say it's in the Bible. I don't know what it is exactly, but something's going on. Quote, "We are aware of similar threats sent to government agencies across the country. The Capitol was evacuated. The building was searched, and the Michigan State Police currently has MSP K9 teams still sweeping the building. Out of an abundance of caution, the Capitol will remain closed for the rest of the day." Now, the question is, what's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow? I mean, they don't know where the email came from. Maybe there's going to be some cyber security team doing a thorough deep dive investigation to find out where these email threats came from. But if they don't figure it out, they're going to have to respond to every email threat that comes in, because the one email threat that comes in that they ignore could very well be the one that is a legitimate threat. So if you got, oh, by the way, if you guys haven't already, if you appreciate the information, if you appreciate the updates, hit the like button. It only takes a second, and also subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. And if you want to join and support the channel, there's a join button down below. I really appreciate every single one of you guys. But yeah, so let's see. Jeff Lee says, "Thank you for the continued information you provide. Thank you so much for your service and dedication." You're welcome, Jeff. L. Harrell says, "It's rare to have an earthquake in New York. It's probably covered. It's the stuff that's more likely. It's the stuff that's more likely that won't be covered." Well, anyone who happened to have their home damaged by an earthquake in New York and you filed a claim, let me know how that goes. Oh, okay. San Andreas. Thank you. That was the name of the movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And there was this massive earthquake in California along the San Andreas Fault. Yeah, thankfully, we're not experiencing anything like that. Again, though, California just Monday had a 4.7 magnitude earthquake just hours after the 7.6 magnitude earthquake that took place in Japan. 2024, guys. I can't make this stuff up. But, the U.S. renews protection for former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo over Iran threats. Now, some people say it's Iran. Some people are saying that the threats are coming out of Russia. Some people are saying that the threats are coming out of China. Some are saying that the threats are coming out of multiple different countries. But the thing is no one really knows for sure. North Korea, Kim Jong-un orders military to thoroughly annihilate the U.S. if provoked, according to the media. This is coming straight from CBS News. So, do we add North Korea to the list of possible sources of these threats? Says here, North Korean leader Kim Jong Un ordered his military to thoroughly annihilate the United States and South Korea. The United States and South Korea, not just the United States. So we're not special. We're not that special. He included both the United States and South Korea in this threat if provoked. After he vowed to boost national defense to cope with what he called an unprecedented U.S.-led confrontation. Now, when you say unprecedented U.S.-led confrontation, what goes through your mind? I can't help but to think about the fact that he is running these nuclear drills all the time, constantly. Kim is expected to ramp up weapons tests in 2024 ahead of the U.S. presidential election in November. Why else would you bring that up? Think about that. Many experts are saying he likely believes his expanded nuclear arsenal would allow him to wrest U.S. concessions if former President Donald Trump is reelected. Let me repeat this, guys. Many experts say that Kim Jong-un likely believes his expanded nuclear arsenal would allow him to wrest U.S. concessions if former President Donald Trump is reelected. In a 5-day major ruling party meeting last week, Kim said he will launch 3 more military spy satellites, produce more nuclear materials, and develop attack drones this year in what observers say is an attempt to increase his leverage in future diplomacy with the United States. Do you guys feel comfortable here in the United States? Do you guys feel like we're a little bit over leveraged? Like, I want to say like 10 years ago, there's no way in the world half these companies would be threatened. I said companies. There's no way in the world 10 years ago, half these countries would be threatening the United States like they do today. It's almost like there's just a complete lack of respect. It's like a kid that all of a sudden just starts back talking to their mom. Like, you would never do that if you respected your parent. You would never do that if you respected your mom, right? So why would you do that to the United States? And some of these threats have actually been initiated while on U.S. soil. That's some bold move right there, guys. Some bold stuff right there. By the way, if you guys are enjoying the conversation, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. DJ says, I live in L.A. The 4.7 happened around 7:30 a.m. It didn't feel like much. It rolled for about 10 seconds. Just a big jolt and some rolling. Interesting. So what do you think about Eric Adams, Mayor of New York Eric Adams, and Governor of New York Kathy Hochul? You guys have confidence that they're moving New York in the right direction? Told you guys about how much food they're wasting over there with the whole, with all of the food that they have allocated for the migrant situation and how much food that they're wasting. I released a video not too long ago, and I talked about how they're wasting like $30,000 worth of food every single day. Can you believe that? $30,000 worth of food? I mean, you got hotels dedicated to migrants. I don't know how much money they're spending there and how much they're paying per room. But then you got all this money going to that's allocated to migrants, but they're wasting it. And I'm not saying you shouldn't take care of people. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying, look at what they're wasting. The way I look at it is this. If you come to my house, you can eat all the food in my refrigerator. I don't care. But if you waste the food that's in my refrigerator, now I have a problem with it. And this is what I'm talking about here. If you're going to feed the people, feed the people. But don't waste 30 grand worth of food throwing it out. I'm just saying. But anyway, I just wanted to get you guys up to speed. If you guys appreciate the updates, definitely hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Check out my previous videos. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. Be safe.